One more?
Yeah, one more.
3 minutes long.
Okay.
Good evening. Welcome to our 122nd commencement ceremony. On behalf of the Blake School, the Board of Trustees, our faculty and staff, I would like to offer a heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for being here this evening as we mark this momentous event and we honor the Blake class of 2023. Tonight we gather for one of life's most joyous milestones. It's a celebration that marks an important transition in our students' lives. Seniors, this is one of the very few life events where your parents, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, mentors, and many lifelong friends will gather in one place and at one time for you. To those of you joining near and far, your caring presence in the lives of our seniors has helped make this moment possible and jubilant. Class of 2023, you are one of 122 classes to graduate from this school. You no doubt share similarities with others, but still, you are uniquely your own group. What are some of the characteristics that come to mind when we think about this senior class? How have you created a class identity in your final year at Blake? I'd like to offer 3 words that I think define you as a class: positive, thoughtful, and inclusive. Last fall, during your senior retreat that kicked off the school year, you set the tone by instilling the day with exuberance. You were fully present, engaged, and buoyant. You understood that the experience and the memories that you made there relied on you. You created and enjoyed a great time together. Additionally, you created meaningful moments for the whole upper school, and in some cases, the whole Blake community to enjoy throughout the year. The start of school carnival, assembly, community building activities, Defend the Den athletics event, and on-stage open mic nights. Your thoughtfulness also showed up throughout the year in your senior speeches. In a long-standing Blake tradition, each senior writes and delivers a speech to the upper school community. The speeches cover a wide range of topics and often spark discussion among students. Seniors, I'd like to commend you for creating speeches that exemplify the ideals of a teaching and learning community. You did not use your time at the microphone to deliver a merely one-directional monologue. Instead, you sought dialogue. You created speeches that illuminated concepts and inspired conversation. When taking on charged and complex topics, you framed the issues in a way that opened the door to exploration, discussion, debate, and dissent. You spoke on a range of topics, from immigration to meditation, from school spirit to social media, from climate change to intergenerational friendship, from democracy to constructions of race and ethnicity, from stoicism to forgiveness, from adolescent mental health to artificial intelligence. Across your speeches and their varied topics, you offered aspirational examples for younger students as they look ahead to writing and delivering their own senior speeches. And we are grateful to you for modeling that. In keeping with what your teachers, administrators, and I have come to admire about your class, you ended the year strong. The final day of classes for soon-to-be graduates marks another long-standing Blake tradition. Seniors are offered the opportunity to celebrate on campus with food, games, and yes, sometimes pranks. The day concludes with a final march through the upper school building. Many senior classes have not gotten this quite right. And I know that teachers and underclassmates have in some years been, shall we say, underwhelmed at how this day has unfolded. Class of 2023, you raised the bar and you created a senior day that was truly celebratory for everyone. In your final musical march through the upper school, you inspired teachers to open their classroom doors, invited them in and their students to come into the hallway, to clap and cheer, joining in your processional. It was a final symbolic gesture of the positivity, thoughtfulness, and inclusivity that has come to define your class. How a class chooses to live out its senior year is really up to the students. As educators, we can set the stage, voice expectations, offer guidance, but in the end, it's up to each and every one of you to set the tone, to come together as a class, to act from shared values. Class of 2023, you rose to the expectations of your teachers, coaches, mentors, and fellow students. You evolved the senior class culture in admirable ways for future graduating classes. And you've left Blake a better place. Our graduates aren't the only group leaving Blake a better place because of their contributions. Tonight, we also recognize and honor our retiring faculty and administrators. These educators represent a combined 195 years of service at and to Blake. So I have to give them a hand. From the Lower School Blake campus, Lower School Assistant Director Sherry Fabian. Fifth grade teacher, Pam Olds. From the Lower School Highcroft campus, pre-kindergarten teacher, Dennis Gilsdorf. First grade teacher, Ann Preble. From the middle school counselor, Jeanette Gatteberg. Physical education teacher, Gary Lee. And from the upper school, Spanish and social studies teacher, John Dykes. To our esteemed retirees, you have each contributed so much at Blake and to Blake. Your work will live on through the students, families, and colleagues you have taught, supported, and inspired. Thank you for all you've done for our community. I wish you all the very best. Yes. Seniors, you walked into this arena as Blake students. You will leave it as Blake graduates. Being a part of Blake's class of 2023 is a distinction that belongs to each of you. All of you have lived different lives from each other. Your families come from different parts of the region, the country, the world. You speak different languages at home and celebrate different traditions. You have hopes for the future that are uniquely your own. And you have a way of seeing the world that is unlike anyone else. But together, you are and always will be the Blake class of 2023. So when you continue on from here, I encourage you to stay in touch. Drop a line to your favorite teachers, come back for homecoming and reunions, make time to talk with classmates. No matter where you are headed, your Blake teachers, coaches, administrators, and mentors will be here rooting for you, continuing to support you, and caring for you. On behalf of the Blake School, thank you for being part of this community. I wish you the very best in the days, weeks, months, and years to come. Tonight, we honor and congratulate you on a job very well done. Before we hear from our first senior speaker this evening, we have a brief but important last-minute inclusion to the program. Last night, the upper school held its annual Senior Awards Night, where faculty, administration, and families gathered to honor individuals who exemplify the highest caliber of athletic, artistic, and academic accomplishments of the senior class. This year, we had 2 recipients for our Commitment to Pluralism Award. Due to an unfortunate mix-up, however, only one of these students was recognized last night. To correct this and to ensure that we publicly acknowledge both of these incredible students, I would like to invite Tainita Kanaj, Director of the Office of Equity and Community Engagement, to the stage. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Blake's Commitment to Pluralism Award is given to a senior who's shown active engagement in social justice work, who holds deep commitment to equity, fairness, and inclusion, who demonstrates open and honest dialogue across lines of difference, and seeks understanding and connection with community members who embody a rich variety of identities and lived experiences. Liam Saldana, we don't want another moment to pass without honoring your commitment to pluralism. Liam, yes. Here's what a few folks in the upper school community have to say about Liam. He is a deeply thoughtful and reflective person who always leads by trying to see and connect with the humanity of others. He is unfailingly kind and generous of spirit, and he has a knack for knowing how to put people at ease when engaging with them. He is a person who spent time understanding the many facets of his own identity and how they interrelate and shape his experiences in relation to others. His English teacher observed that Liam always is concerned with power, privilege, and perspective, and in literature of class and struggle, he used his considerable intellectual prowess to illuminate subject positions at the margins, positions he approached epistemologically as one of those from which to critique, conceptualize, and construct. His choir teacher had the privilege of working with him in a cappella and in Blaker's Dozen, and he was grounded, intellectually curious, reflective, and demonstrated not only a love for singing that motivated his peers, but he also was a peer mentor with Health Information Project and the Minnesota Boy choir rehearsals, where he's been singing since he was a child, and in hallways where she and Liam would chat about his interest in culture, humanity, experiences, and literature. Liam, you are deserving of this award, and we look forward to hearing how you live out your love for learning and commitment to pluralism and your next adventure in London. Thank you.
First things first, quick selfie. You only live once, so got it. All right. Once upon a time, there was an 8th grader named Zach who went to Wayzata Central Middle School. He had a dream of becoming the most sigma, yucky, gross, beauty lacrosse player of all time. So to execute this grand plan, he applied to the Blake School of Academic Excellence to get under their powerhouse lacrosse team and buff his academics to be the golden goose to every college lacrosse coach in this hemisphere. Once enrolled at the academically excellent Blake School of Excellence, he performed in the role of an academic and athletic weapon to the best of his ability. He went to the gym and lifted super heavy weights, said, "I'm on my grind 4,567 times," joined every single lacrosse team he could find with the older kids so he could go against the best competition, took the most rigorous classes he could feasibly take, and threw out words like nuanced bias paradigm in English class. Then Zach, then I, got knocked off my performance. You see, backstage behind the performance, I had a lot of stagehands helping me out. But the most foundational of my stagehands was my mom, who in junior year, I lost to cancer. Without the best stagehand, my play fell apart. I asked myself a question. Say I become this great and academically excellent lacrosse player. What's the point? What's the point of becoming an expert at throwing a rubber ball at a net? What's the point of writing essays to get a good grade to impress college coaches? I couldn't go on. My performance always included my boisterous, cheering mom on the sidelines. I didn't feel I belonged. But life goes on. There's just those plain old normal days at school. There was Katie Von Gillerin saying hi to me in the hallways with a smile. There was talking with Miss Tao about my essay after class. There was the psychoanalysis sessions with Mr. Justin Krelitz. The late night lifting with Nam. Watching Rick and Morty with Reese Hack before lacrosse. And going over to Darian Mayraw's house to eat Raul and Jennifer Mayraw's legendary, delicious, scrumptious carrot cake and al dente pasta and play video games with Darian for the 800th time. That's a tongue twister. I had to practice that one a bit. My mom, she made me feel accepted and loved. When I played a bad lacrosse game, her hug and her words of acceptance motivated me to practice for the next game. I thought that without her, I wouldn't have anyone to accept me. I thought I would have to be an academically and athletically excellent human being to be accepted. But I realized that my thinking was flawed. Here at Blake, I am loved regardless of how good I am at lacrosse or talking about paradigms. I realized that it wasn't about me. The performance was never the thing that mattered. There isn't a point of lacrosse by itself, but making my teammates happy, that is something truly special. What matters is the unbounded amount of love that every single person around me has. What matters is waking up in the morning and asking, how can I make someone else's day just a little better? I can't cook like the Mayraws do, but I can buy a pretty good cup of Caribou coffee. I can get Jack Griffin a McLaren Lego set for Christmas. And maybe, just maybe, I might bring myself to wash the dishes every once in a while. Because when I truly, authentically love and care for those around me, what comes around goes around, and I feel belonging when you feel belonging. So Blake School, you don't have to act a certain way to belong. The whole chain reaction of studying to get a good grade, to get into a college, get a good house, to get whatever, it sucks. Looking to the future all the time, living in your head like that is just a terrible and toxic way to live, and it hurts others. It seems counterintuitive, but especially as we look forward to the next chapter, wherein we'll be expected to act a certain way to fit in, please understand that you don't have to act in accordance with those expectations to belong. I promise you that having the intention of caring and helping, not as a facade, but as a genuine motivation, will allow each and every one of you to go out and be who you want to be, to do what excites you to do. So I dare each and every one of you to step outside of the performance that you have in your head and choose love. You can uplift those around you and yourselves as you have uplifted perhaps the luckiest man in the world who stands before you today. I am so truly grateful for spending the best 4 years of my life with everyone here, and I want you to promise me to never let go of love. Even if it is just a small smile in the hallway, even if it is just checking in on a friend. I challenge each person here today to push themselves just a little bit each day and showing just a little more love to one another. Believe me, it will help you more than you know. Real quick, in the spirit of that, it is Jules Notaboom's birthday today. So, would everybody join me in singing happy birthday? All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jules. Happy birthday to you.
Class of 2023, it has been a privilege to connect and grow with each and every one of you. From lively English discussions about John Donne to Dr. Canfield's countless dad jokes during grade meetings, sharing memories, laughter, and lessons these past 4 years have changed me for the better. When I think of a single word to describe how I'm feeling in this moment, it's grateful. I think back to our freshman selves, self-conscious and eager-eyed, getting clapped into our first ever assembly. Looking around at all those seniors who seemed so much older and more put together than how I certainly feel now, I was in awe. Blake seemed like this utopia. I remember weaving through the staircases not even a month into my first year of high school, just admiring the chaos of students screeching and jostling about with this peculiar sense of cohesion, and just thinking to myself, this is my new home. As we all know, and are probably tired of hearing at this point, the pandemic changed everything. And I don't want to bring this up to whine or complain that we were robbed of our high school experience. Instead, it's the exact opposite. The pandemic showcased a kind of resilience and unity unique to the class of 2023 that should be celebrated. What were arguably our most formative years of high school were drastically altered, and we all certainly felt the impact. We were stuck at home, watching relationships wither and drift farther apart as we tried to navigate the turbulent journey into young adulthood alone. But the class of 2023 did not miss a beat. We didn't turn inward. Instead, we reconnected with old friends and made plenty of new ones. That's what I love about this class. I love that every time I plop down at a table in the senior lounge, I'm met with a smile, familiar or not, accompanied by an engaging conversation or help with my homework I hadn't done yet. I love that I can spend 8 hours with my classmates at Noodles & Company doing physics homework, and boredom isn't an emotion that even crosses my mind. I love our camaraderie and competitiveness coming to life at grade retreats, which my advisory won, by the way. I love that I can't walk more than 20 feet in that building without a greeting and a wave from a fellow student. I love that so many of us have bravely shared their stories and battles with the rest of the school, inspiring empathy and understanding in our community and transforming the power of a senior speech for generations to come. I could go on, but all these snippets echo the same message. It's the people in this class that make it so special. I remember in my sophomore year English class, we were asked to pick a line that would make a good senior quote from Walt Whitman's Song of Myself. Here was mine. The smallest sprout shows there is really no death. To be totally transparent with you all, I really only picked this quote because it sounded kind of artsy and cool. But looking back, young Sophia was definitely onto something. No matter what was thrown in our way these past 4 years, we have been tenacious. Even the smallest acts of kindness each individual has extended to another showcase our pure indivisibility as a class. We are Walt Whitman's immortal sprout. We went from having our cameras off in every Zoom meeting to creating a family, cheering for the girls' hockey team together, or barbecuing in the Blake parking lot on our senior prank day. As we move into a new and exciting chapter of our lives, these experiences and this group of people are things we should never forget. Watching us build this community together over the past 4 years has been remarkable, and I am forever grateful to have been a part of this amazing group. Thank you for everything, class of 2023.
Awesome. One last time. We gather today one last time. Well, no, it's not really true, you might say. There will be graduation parties, class reunions, chance meetings 20 years down the line. You're right. But of course, that's not what I mean. I mean the people you told jokes with in math class, the girl you've had a crush on since 7th grade, the teacher who gave you an A- and kept you from getting into Harvard, the parents who raised you, all inside the same four walls. I intend to suggest that this intersection of countless stories is soon to dissolve, fade away into nostalgic remembrances and the depths of our camera rolls. But how is that possible? It all seems a little confusing. Longing for the past, yearning for the future clash, and all we are left with is the unbearable weight of hope, of love, of life itself. Perhaps the worst part is that the movies lied to us. We're about to graduate, and when the credits roll, all of our problems won't be solved. We don't land on a final chord or uncover one final truth. We don't have it all figured out. We are cut off mid-sentence. That's okay. We don't need the closure of a happy ending, all wrapped up in a bow. I feel as if the messy progression of life is infinitely more beautiful. That closure, the order we cling to, more often than not, brings suffering as opposed to contentment. We can walk away here with a certain GPA, a definite number of goals scored, a college with a calculable acceptance rate. All of those things are clear and ostensibly rewarding. But that which provides closure, that which presents a clear answer, can never compete with those chaotic, transcendental, ugly, and wonderful things that make life truly worthwhile. So my takeaway is this: don't chase order, clear satisfaction, or easy answers. Have faith that your connections with people, your personal growth, in short, your ability to feel and appreciate the complexities of the world, are far more important. And of course, you know this. You've heard this speech before and will hear it a million times again. You know that how much money you make, the number on the scale, your SNAP score, these things aren't really important. You know to live in the present and to be grateful for what you have. But maybe you don't believe any of these things. Instead, we cling to the certainty of stress, social pressures, and fear. A life guided by great expectations, we fight to prove our worth and forget to pursue a worthwhile purpose. So maybe it's time to stop the fight and simply feel the calm of the world around you. After all, I don't remember and don't really care about my mastery score on Khan Academy. But I will always remember the people I counted on and the ones who counted on me. With them, I feel what I'm feeling right now, a sensation that all of this matters, that something special is in the air, that life is full. No doubt, the feeling will fade. Tomorrow will come and bring with it sports practice, a doctor's appointment, chores, or something else that will pull us back into business as usual, the mundane progression of life. And again, without any clear source of purpose and the repetitive journey to come, we will chase that certainty, those easy answers, those empirical trophies to put up on the shelf. Yet I know, that each and every one of us can tap into a more meaningful source of energy, sustain a deeper connection with the world around us. I can't prevent anyone from getting a beer belly. I can't stop you from having too much fun on Friday nights in college. But what I can suggest is that to live fully, to be content, to transcend the monotony of suburban life off in the distant future, you have to do one thing. You have to let yourself feel. That's it, plain and simple. Don't run, don't fight, don't hide behind titles or big words you look up in the dictionary. Just give yourself over to the colors of life and all their beautiful and chaotic shades. When you forget your password to that stupid website, when you part ways with someone you love, when you look at the face of your firstborn child, soak it all in. Soak in today, right now, as you listen to that annoying guy from high school one more time. Because this is special. There's nothing inherently unique about blue fabric, ice arenas, or the pieces of paper we're about to receive. It's all just stuff, but it feels unimaginably important. So it is. Things don't have to make sense. Go to the tailgates, study for the LSAT, meet the people you've always wanted to know, tell jokes, and recall past times. Look at the sun rising above adulthood, the light illuminating some other way of life, and run towards, not away from it. Of course that's scary. What happens now that our Blake laptops are turned in? What happens when we eat that last hors d'oeuvre tonight? I don't know. I don't know what the future has in store for us. But we don't have to know. We only have to feel. Thank you.
In the study of popular culture, the 2022-23 school year will be remembered for any number of reasons.
The season finale of Succession.
The merger between the PGA and Live Golf.
Taylor Swift's Eras Tour.
Messi joining Inter Miami.
The loss of Tina Turner.
Prince Harry's memoir.
Multiple unidentified flying objects being shot down across the United States.
And speaking of alien overlords, the creation of ChatGPT.
As if the pandemic wasn't enough fun, our schools now need to contend with the seismic disruption from artificial intelligence. What does it mean to write, to think, to create? In 2023, what is real?
At Blake, we've held faculty meetings about AI. We've huddled in the hallways to understand what this technology might mean for our students. We've shared articles, we've restructured assignments, we've redesigned courses. We have agonized about the future of critical thinking. Every one of us, and we suspect many of you, has stared into a mirror and wondered, am I obsolete?
But tonight we are here to say no, absolutely not. And why? Because every single person in this shared space proves it wrong. The gifts that you have given to our seniors are far more generous, far more tangible, far more powerful than the manufactured hallucinations of a rogue software program. In this moment, we want to recognize the humans, the humanity that has shaped this extraordinary senior class.
To the parents and guardians of the class of 2023, when these seniors came into your lives, you were given no plan, no map, no operator's manual. Through sleepless nights and anxious days, you have operated on instinct and intuition, making decisions for and with your child based on an often perplexing mix of head and heart. When is the right time to teach someone how to ride a bike? Is there any way to know if they're really sick or if they just don't want to go to school? How do you console an 8-year-old whose friendships are in flux? How do you motivate a recalcitrant middle schooler to say more about their day than, "It was okay"? How do you reassure an anxious teenager trying to conceive of their life after high school? There are no right answers to these questions, and there is no greater intelligence than a parent's knowledge of their children. For the risks that you have taken, for the words you have chosen, for the decisions that you have made, unaided by the purported wisdom of a third millennium machine, parents of the class of 2023, please stand or raise your hand and be recognized.
To the siblings of today's graduates. Yeah, you have all the dirt. You have observed these seniors in their most ridiculous and embarrassing moments, kept some of their secrets, strategically disclosed other ones, and reveled in the times when you weren't the one in trouble. You know them more fully than anyone else in this world. There is no AI prompt on the planet that could elicit the scandalous stories that you have at your fingertips. And please do not try to write that prompt. Would the siblings of the class of 2023 please stand or raise your hand as you are able and be acknowledged?
To the extended family members of the class of 2023, grandparents and grandfriends, aunts, uncles, cousins, godparents, from near and far in ways seen and unseen, your guidance, encouragement, and love have been invaluable and incalculable. You have kept alive for these seniors the memories of shared relationships and experiences and values that are deeply human and deeply felt. For your insight, remembrance, and care, there is simply no replacement. Would the extended family members of the class of 2023 please stand or raise your hands as you are able and be recognized?
To our Blake alumni, you were here. You saw it live and in Technicolor. Forget AI, no yearbook or school newspaper or archival document could possibly capture the contours of your knowledge about the lived experience of the Blake community. 12,000 strong, spanning a vast range of identities and experiences, you have knit together a network that exists in all 50 states and over 50 countries, lighting the way for our future generations of Blake graduates to follow. Would those of you who consider yourselves Blake alumni please stand or raise your hand as you are able and be acknowledged?
To Blake's faculty and staff, there is nothing artificial about your intelligence. Every day, you meet the children in your care with intention, nuance, and the highest possible expectations. You have tied shoelaces, wiped noses, monitored the playground, given Band-Aids, provided deodorant, dried tears, held extra help sessions before school, after school, on evenings, and during prom, Steve Kabak, chaperone trips, written college recommendations, and offered the soundest of counsel in moments of social, intellectual, and existential crisis. You are the beating heart of this community. Without you, there would be no us. Would Blake's extraordinary faculty and staff, current and former, please stand or raise a hand as you are able and be recognized? To those of you who are playing commencement bingo, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Somebody got it. To the Blake choir and orchestra teachers and all of the ensemble members, our sound directors, designers, mixers, editors, videographers, our incredible event planners and organizers who are here to bring structure and beauty and joyous music to our ceremony. Tonight, we thank you and invite you to please stand or raise your hand to be recognized.
Woohoo! And to those of you who have not yet been recognized today, greetings and salutations. Welcome to Blake. Would anyone who has not yet been adequately named or would just like the chance to stretch or prove that you are not, in fact, a synthetic life form sent by the aforementioned alien overlords, please stand or raise your hand as you are able and be recognized.
And now, we would ask you all to please settle back into your seats in preparation for the remarks of an authentically generated human being, an amazing real-life person with an address to the class of 2023, our wonderful senior grade dean, Dr. Michael Canfield.
Hello, seniors. It is so good to see you assembled here today. You look absolutely marvelous. Yesterday, I was trying to figure out what I might say to you today, hoping something might just come to me. You see, the day before the commencement of my first class in 2020, I was trying to settle on a topic for my speech, and I had a visit from Mr. Northrop. You know, the guy in the portrait in the senior lounge. He provided me with inspiration for my remarks. I think I was secretly hoping that a similar thing would happen again this year. But yesterday afternoon, nothing happened. And I went to bed early last night, hoping. My sleep was fitful, interrupted, and anything but Dickensian, as no visitors arrived. So I went to the upper school very early this morning in my pajamas and the summer nightcap that I tend to wear this time of year. I plugged away on my remarks, entering in uninspired words into a document in my office. Given its ineffectiveness, I decided to take a walk. And I wandered the hall past the language rooms and down the stairs that lead to the JNA. As I was descending the stairs, I heard a noise. The noise was at once distinctive and completely unrecognizable to me. Flimp, flimp, flimp. I wondered what it could be. Mr. Maroka throwing a football? Ms. Bowman lifting some heavy weights? Miss Phillips doing a physics experiment? It was dark when I made it to the lounge, and I saw no one. I could discern a large round shape on the painting above the fireplace, and as I inched forward, I made out a pattern. It looked like a dartboard. I turned my head slightly, and Canfield! It bellowed out from an undisclosed location. I'm certain my feet left the floor by 6 inches, and my nightcap rose a comparable distance above my head. As both of those objects returned to their resting location, without any merciful pause, it came again. Canfield! This time, the words were followed by an additional phrase. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be in bed, resting up for your big speech? In the shadows, near the elevator, stood a berobed Mr. Northrop, holding a bundle of darts in his hand. To be honest, my initial reaction was one of irritation. I wasn't too keen on a stranger, no matter how distinguished, using my surname in this way. Now, if this were Annika, or Ani, or Anushka, or William, or Kate, or Catherine, or Carter, or Caleb, or Julia, or Julia, or Julia, or Julia, I would be fine with it. We have been through these years together. We know each other, and with the rest of their classmates, they have earned my respect. But this man, who has quite possibly been dead for decades, Canfield, there it came again. Are you not paying attention to me? I realized I wasn't, but I came up with an obvious question. What in the world are you doing? I'm playing darts. Isn't that obvious? I often do that once the seniors have left. I shrugged. You see, Canfield, there it was again. I love darts because there's something beautiful about the board. You see, there are all those little spaces radiating out from the center that you can hit that give you different numbers of points. But no matter what you hit, the center is always there. I didn't know how to reply. This was the moment he was supposed to impart some wisdom on me that I could then impart to the class of 2023. As I thought about his words and tried to discern any underlying messages, new sounds began to come. Thump, 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 thump. Darts whizzed by my head, and I reflexively hit the deck. Once the volley was over, I brought myself to kneeling, and I looked around. There were beautiful slivers of sun poking into the hallway down by the art wing, but Mr. Northrop was gone. I trudged back up to my office, and I reclined in my desk chair, exhausted. I resolved to simply speak to you from the heart. But as I walked over here this afternoon, I began thinking about you, dear seniors, and realized that in each one of you, there's a center that is fundamentally good, fundamentally able and talented, and fundamentally curious and creative. As I look around now, I know that. What I realize now is that maybe Mr. Northrop was pointing to a life lesson in that dartboard. There is a center that is always there. Yes, there are times when life hits our board toward the edges, or experiences go south or north. There are also times when what we call success lights up the features near the center. And a few times in life, things all come together and the center's on full display. But when we are not at our best, or things are down and difficult, it is easy to mistakenly assume that the center is no longer there. Alternatively, when you are on a peak, it is also easy to assume that the center is only there for that moment, or somehow life or people have mistakenly assumed that the quality center of your person is there when it is not. Now is a good time to discard those thoughts. Instead, please look around the room at all of the people who have gathered here to affirm that the core of you is always there. lasting attributes that you have earned from hard work, many iterative lessons, and the influences of so many others. You can now turn to this image at any point in your life, regardless of how things are going at that moment, and recognize that these many people gathered here to affirm what is at the center of every one of our graduates. And the applause and cheers of this assembled crowd serve as a lasting reminder, class of 2023, that we believe in you, that we love you, and that we very much need what is always at the center of you. Doctors Stavney, Grabiel, Ruggiero, members of the board, family members, loved ones, faculty and staff, friends, various assembled onlookers, I present to you the beauteous, benevolent, to our rivals sometimes behemothic, ball of fire, blue ribbon Blake School class of 2023.
We will now begin the conferring of diplomas. Remy Mikkel Abraham. Oscar Holland Alexander. Adam Muhammad Ali. Audrey Rose Anderson. Lillian Paige Anderson. William Leroy Anderson. Danny Andrade Vera. Ruby Colette Arlo. Rishab Balachandran. Grace Curo Barnes. Aletta Lilu Bartok. Ivy Leah Besikoff. Dylan Gage Brofman. Samantha Grace Brose. David Sutton Carlson. Matthew Liang Chen. Alexander Inocente Chiesa. Kimora Nicolay Collins. William Duncan Connor. Arlo Edwin Cornell. Andrew Corona. Sarah Grace Costa. Sally Palm Countryman. Tanush Dingra. Evelyn Rosamond Doran. Sydney Carice Dorval. Zoe Dean Edinburgh. Charles Alexander Egland. Nicholas Emtage. Julia Laura Harrington Annabo. Caroline Grace Epstein. Lily Palma Erlinson. Annika Charlotte Fagley. Theodore Preston Fexmeyer. Cade Robin Gaidashek. Alexander Samuel Gans. Amy Genevieve Geller. Parker Gendler. Tyler Jacob Girk. Rose Charlotte Goldenberg. Noah Rosenthal Goodman. John Robert Griffin. Alexander J. Ha. Reese Thomas Hack. Gaurav Sengupta Haldar. Catherine Helen Hardy. Alexa Ann Hatcher. Emma Olivia Hausman. Marcus Hans Hedlund. Sophia Minor Headland. Rowan Kane Heitoff. Shieru Higuchi. Madeline Minyang Weili Shah. Benjamin Mackesy Hikes. Allison Nicole J. Annika Lee Johnson. Gunnar Frederick Johnson. Connie Marie Jones. Julia Natalia Jung. Aret Jeffrey Lodi Khan. Justin Abel Krelitz. Carter Michael Krenke. Aiden James Krush. Ella Marit Quidham. Lydia Weiwen Lee. Melody Yayua Lee. Lucky Elizabeth Lillygreen.
Congratulations.
Chloe Leilani Lippum. William Power Mars. Carl James Mariano. Philip David Mariano. Catherine Sarah McDonald. Darian Dave Mera. Jackson Anders Moon. Elizabeth Louise Morrison. Truman Scramstead Morseman. Samantha Taylor Negard. Elizabeth Verini Nixon. Julia Caroline Notaboom. Julia Margaret Nowak. Declan Palmer O'Connell. Charlotte Catherine Opp. Harrison David James Oxford. Hannah Elizabeth Pekaric. Sophia Paraplitzin. Sophia Angelica Perry. Eli Peter. Caroline Wilder Pollock. Congratulations. Nathan Joseph Posada. James William Prince. Maxwell Barden Ramsey. Julia Ann Rasmussen. Ellison Hannah Ratner. Catherine Kenny Rikas. Michael Emmett Rikas. Congrats. Andrew Charles Richardson. Annika Rodriguez. Caleb Watson Rosenbaum. Mina Alessandra Rossi. Liam Hultine Saldana. Congrats. Henry Parker Schmidt. Congrats. Avery Schwapak. London Stephen Sheely. Shagun Sinha. Joshua Winston Smith. Congratulations. Tyler Don Smith. Naomi Solan. Ziad Samach Swalem. Jonah Spaeth. Anushka Shrivastava. Andrew Patrick Starkman. Eva Stegich. Harris Stockton. Warren Livingstone Strutman. Mira Ann Sutherland. Aiden Elliott Yingjian Tao. Elizabeth Taryn Terveen. Ryan Charles Thrasher. Nam Trong. Congratulations. Nicolas Cayo Valiente. Katie Bella Von Gillern. Rowan Glynn Wallen. Oscar Donnan David Walsh. Greta Ann Watson. Zach Thomas Wiener. Congrats. Oh. Jacqueline Rose Marie Wethington. Charles Philip Warehouser. Toby Thomas Wieland. Reese Morrison Willoughby. Jalen Joseph Wilson. Alexander David Witzke. Ryoya Yamada. Julia Pearl Zhang. Abigail Eleanor Zeal. I now present to all of you the Blake School's newest alumni, the class of 2023.
Before we close, I'd like to invite you to join the seniors for a reception that will take place on the Blake Plaza and in the dining commons. The senior cutouts will be in the dining commons. And then following the reception at 8:30, seniors, you should be dressed and on the bus, ready to leave for your celebration. Audience members, while we sing the alma mater, our faculty and then our graduates will recess out of the arena. I ask all of you please to remain in your places until the faculty and the students have completed their recessional. Your cooperation with this is essential for us all getting out of the building in an efficient and timely way. This year, Blake's PK-12 Director of Visual and Performing Arts, Dr. Isla Raleigh, led students in all divisions, lower school, middle school, and upper school, in a year-long project to create a new third verse for Blake's alma mater. The idea was to add to the song to our school's history to represent the Blake of today and tomorrow. You'll see the new verse written by Blake Class of 2025 members, Zach Gartner and Yoni Zaks, along with the alma mater lyrics on the back of your programs and on the video screens. And now, as is our tradition, please join our student instrumentalists and me in singing our alma mater. Faculty, you can begin your recessional now. Thank you all for being here this evening, and congratulations to the class of 2023.